Hey, it's Jennifer. This is an update on the Target Vapresso, and tell you what, this is a pretty good mod. I use it when I'm out and about, like I am with my doggie, taking her for a walk, and we're out and about, and this thing just fits perfect. When I'm driving, when I'm out and about, you know, I like something, you know, smaller that fits in my hand. Pretty cool. Still vapes really nice. The only issue that I've had with this, and I'm still using, I love the ceramic coils. I put them in my Triton, both my Triton 1 and Triton 2 tanks. It's actually really good, except for the base here will leak down in here. Say you don't use it for a few days. You rotate your tanks. I do. You rotate your mods. When you set it off to the side, I would recommend taking it apart from the base and cleaning it out really good. Take the coil out, set it off to the side to dry out, leave nothing in it, and put it, you know, I usually use Pepsi caps, you know, from a 2-liter Pepsi, drill a hole in the middle, just set it right there and let it drain out, because the bottom of it will leak and go down into your mod, and you don't want to cause any damage. It wasn't too bad because I didn't have much in it, but, you know, I've had this. I got it for as a Christmas present. It's what I wanted, and it works. The flavor is still great. It's the other issue that I've had is, as you see, which I have it, it's kind of, you know, a little bit backwards here, but it's still always reading at 0.16 coil all the time. It's a 0.2 coil, but it's always reading 0.16. It has never gone above that. It did in the beginning, but then I locked it, the resistance, one time, and it never seemed to get off of that, you know, like it is stuck at 0.16. Even when I put it on another mod, it'll still do that. The other issue is when you put a new coil in, it's supposed to read, you know, new atomizer, and it doesn't. It hasn't done that in a good month. Like, I have put new coils in, I've taken it apart, cleaned it out, put the coil back in, and it still never reads new atomizer. It is always stuck on 0.16. It does not read a new one. I put the Triton tank on it, still did not read new atomizer. But other than that, it is still working beautifully. It still fits great in my hand. I'm still loving it. The flavor is still great. I just wouldn't count on the screen, you know, to read you the right of the coil, which, if that's real important, which it kind of is, but I know what kind of coil's in it. I know it's a 0.2 coil. It's still vaping okay, so I'm fine with that. But if you're wanting to use anything but the tank that comes with it, you might want to get something different. The only way I would recommend the Vapresso is if you're going to keep it as it is with this mod. But still beautiful. I mean, it still tastes great. I got my man in here right now, and it tastes great out of here. I have no issues with it, so it's it was a pretty good investment. I'm glad that my old man got it for me as a Christmas present. I'm still happy with it. So I really, again, the only issue was the leaking, so just take your tank apart. It doesn't leak when I'm using it. It only leaks when I set it off to the side and I don't use it for a few days. Then that's when it leaks. But when you're using it steadily, you don't have any problems. So if you know you're not going to be using it for a day or so, take the tank apart, take everything out of it, take the coil out of it, and let it, you know, sit somewhere safe on top of a paper towel, let it drain out. I would not leave it in the mod for any length of time without using it. So other than that, it's still a good mod, it's still working fine, and so I'm a happy camper. Thanks. Vape on.